Hello guys, myself Dr. Jago. Hopefully you are doing very well with respect of the studies or with respect of the health. So today we will discuss about the three terms. One is the differentiation, other is the de-differentiation, and next is the re-differentiation. They all terms are related to the plant growth. Okay, so we can say that they are the characteristic features of the plant. Okay, so let's talk about them, the differentiation and the re-differentiation. So we will discuss about them by comparison among them. Okay, so let's start about them and let's compare among them. Okay. So first, what is the differentiation? So guys, we already know about the meristematic tissue, where the cell division occurs and the new cells are the formed. Whenever the meristematic tissue who form the new cells, when these new cells are enough to mature for performing the specific function. Okay, once a cell that lost their capacity of the division and make enough to mature to perform the specific function, those type of the cells are known as the differentiation. Okay, differentiated cells, or this phenomenon is known as the differentiation. So let's write about that. So that is clear. So what we wrote here, the cells, yeah, or tissues come from the root apical and shoot apical meristem, lost their ability of cell division and make mature enough to perform specific functions. Okay, this phenomenon is called the differentiation, and those cells or tissues are called the differentiate tissues. That is clear. Okay. After the compare among them, we wrote the examples of every tissues or every character. Okay. So let's write about this de-differentiation. Okay. So what is the de-differentiation? In some conditions, the tissues or cells who lost the ability of cell division and become mature tissue or cell now regain its capability of cell division. This interesting phenomenon is called the de-differentiation. So let us clear. So everything is that clear, very clear. So what is the differentiation tissue? Root apical meristem, shoot apical meristems, they form the new cells by divisions. Okay, once the ability or capability of the divisions is decreased or is finished, and those tissues or cells are mature enough to perform the specific function. So that type of the phenomenon is called the differentiation, or that type of the cells or tissues are called the differentiated tissue. That is clear. And once again, in a specific condition or in some conditions, when those tissues who already lost the capability of cell divisions and perform the specific function, in a specific condition or some condition, those tissues are again gain the capability of cell divisions and become those tissues gain the capability of cell divisions. Okay, so this interesting phenomenon is called the de-differentiation, and that type of the tissues or cells are called the de-differentiated tissue or cells. That is clear. And next is the re-differentiation tissue. Okay. So that is clear. What is the redifferentiation? Those differentiated tissue who gained that ability of cell division now lost this ability again. Okay, and perform very specific function. This interesting phenomenon is called the redifferentiation. So what is happening here? First, meristematic tissue that converted the mature tissue and lost the ability of cell division. Okay, and what is happen in redifferentiation? Once the tissues or cells get the maturity, then in this differentiation they again lost the ability of the maturity and now regain the ability of cell division. Okay, once they mature enough, now they lost the maturity and again the capability of cell division, and now again they lost the capability of cell division and become mature enough to perform the specific function. So all things is that clear. Okay, now we come on the examples of the differentiation, de-differentiation and the redifferentiation. Okay, now let's talk about the examples. So we already know about the four tissues. Okay, meristematic tissues and the permanent tissues. Now we come again the divisions of the meristematic tissue, the primary meristematic tissue and the secondary meristematic tissue, and the primary permanent tissue and the secondary permanent tissue. So this is the meristematic tissue. There are two types. One the primary and the secondary. Okay, and the permanent tissue. There are also two types. First is the primary and second is the secondary. Okay. So, what is the function of the meristematic tissue? Obviously, we all already know about the functions: root apical or shoot apical meristem. Their function is mainly the cell divisions and form the new cells. Okay. So, meristematic tissue two types: primary and secondary. Permanent tissue. What is the permanent tissue? Permanent tissue always perform the specific function, like the xylem, vessels, and the secondary growth, etc. Okay, like the core. Okay. Also, so the examples of the differentiation where the one meristematic tissue convert into the mature tissue. That means one meristematic tissue convert into the permanent tissue. Okay. So the example is that primary meristematic tissue that convert into the primary permanent tissue. And you already know about the primary meristematic tissue. They are the parenchyma, collenchyma, and the sclerenchyma. You already know about them in the organization in the flowering plants. Okay. So, example is that the parenchyma, collenchyma, and that is the sclerenchyma. Okay, that is clear. So, what is the example of the differentiation? Let's see here. First, primary meristematic tissue convert into the primary permanent tissue. Okay. So here, what is happening here? Once the tissues gain the capability of cell division, and again, okay, once the tissue capability of the maturity, then again gain the capability of the cell division. So here, what will happen there? There is the second primary permanent tissue that convert into the secondary meristematic tissue. Okay. So example is that primary permanent tissue that convert into the secondary meristematic tissue. Okay. Why it is converted into this secondary meristematic? Because it has the capacity of the cell division. Okay, that is clear. So, what is the example of the redifferentiation? Very simple. Here is this secondary meristematic tissue convert into the secondary permanent tissue. Okay, so very simple. Look here. First, primary meristematic tissue convert into the primary permanent tissue because primary meristematic tissue has the capability of cell division, and they convert into the primary permanent tissue where is the cell division capacity is closed. Very clear. Example of the parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Okay. So in dedifferentiation, we see that the primary permanent tissue where they lost the capability of the cell division. Now they convert into the secondary meristematic tissue where they regain the capability of the cell division. Okay. So here is the example of the dedifferentiation. That is the intervesicular cambium and the core cambium. They are developed from the mature parenchyma cells. So let's write about this. Let's write about this. Intervesicular cambium and core cambium. Okay, that is clear. That is the example of the dedifferentiation tissue. Okay. Now talk about the redifferentiation tissue, where secondary meristematic tissue who has the capability of the cell division now converted into the secondary permanent tissues who has the capability of the maturation. Okay. So now their capability of cell division now lost again the capability of cell division. So the example is the secondary permanent tissue, like the example of secondary xylem, secondary phloem, and secondary cortex. So that is clear. They all are used in the secondary growth. It is also used in the secondary growth, and the parenchyma, collenchyma, expanshyma, they are the basic component of the primary meristematic tissue, and they help in the primary growth. Okay, so that is clear. And our NCERT asked some questions to us. First question, he list of the some dicot woody dedifferentiated tissues. Okay, so first question is there. First question, that is the list of the some dicot woody that are the redifferentiated tissue, or the example of the redifferentiation. So example is the very simple: secondary xylem, secondary phloem, and the secondary cortex. Okay. Now NCERT asked the one question is that a cell that is a laboratory under control conditions, and first he lost the ability of the cell division, now regain the ability of the cell division. So which type of the cells, and how we can say that this type of the cell is the dedifferentiated cell, because once they lost the capability of the cell division, now regain the capability of the cell division. Okay, so such type of the tissue is the dedifferentiated tissue, and the example of that cells is the callus. Callus is the type of tissue where we culture them in the laboratory under a specific condition. Okay, under the control condition. So we discussed today two questions of the NCERT. Okay, and we discussed about the differentiation, redifferentiation, and we also discussed about the meristematic tissue. There are the two types: primary and secondary meristematic tissue, and the other is permanent tissue. And there are also two types: primary and secondary permanent tissues. And we also discussed about the examples of different tissues. Okay, so that is clear. So now we can say that we already read about that growth. In plants there is a type of open growth. Okay, plant have a open type of growth. So we can say that in plants there is a differentiation is also an open type of differentiation in the plant occur. Okay, so open type of differentiation is occurs in the plant, because once the tissue lost the ability of cell division, that regain the capability of cell division, and again lost the capability of the cell division. So that is clear. So we can say that it is the open type of the differentiation. Okay, and it also depend upon the location. The cells that are away from the root apical, they form the root cap, and the cells that are away from the center, or we can say that they are periphery from the central, and they form the epidermis. Okay, so it is clear how we can say that this is the open type of the differentiation occurs in the plant. So enough for today. Hopefully you are getting my points, and you got the everything what I wrote in the whiteboards. So thank you very much.